double act in town. On paper, they couldn't be more different. He is a born entertainer, and she's a professor of English. And according to her famous little brother, she can't hold a tune in a bucket. Charming. Here, telling us about their latest collaboration, is John and Carole Barrowman. Carole, I don't know how you cope with him.
I don't. I'm just exhausted most of the time, you know.
What's it like having a John Barrowman in the family? It must be strange.
What's it like having a Carole Barrowman in the family?
We're all pretty strange in our family,
Are
though.
you?
Yes,
Oh, that
we're all
explains
pretty
it all.
strange. Yes, yes, yes.
It's exhausting, though. It's exhausting, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he's exhausting most of the time. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No,
I'm not saying a word.
Not yet.
I have to spend the rest of the day with her, and if I, you know, it's the kind of thing. She's a big sister.
Yeah.
And big sisters are still bossy. Not that any of you know what
Big
bossy
sister.
is.
Big sister, is that code for older?
Older.
Yes. But my favorite thing is, though, at some of these signings, I love it when someone will come up to me and they'll say, wait, are you his older sister or his younger sister? And so then I immediately say, shh, and then I say, ask him that. And then I make them repeat the question over and over again.
Anyway,
Yes,
no.
yes.
OK, so the signings are for, at the moment, for this
Correct.
book,
Yes.
which is Torchwood Exodus Code, and written by the two of you.
Yeah, well,
so tell us about this.
Well, actually, the collaboration works in the way that we sit down together and we work through the outline, and we work through character building, we work through the kind of imagination of the whole story. We record it all. Carole spends a lot of time with me, but she does the hard work. I do not write it. She goes away and she does all the writing.
She does the writing.
She does the writing. She's got the gift of putting the word into form on the page, and I will not take credit for that because I cannot do it. So, and even today, she's finishing up a novel that we have coming out later in the year, and this morning she was up at 7 while I was still in bed sleeping. I can hear click, 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 click.
John, are you acting out all the characters? I've got this vision of Carole, you know, at the keyboard, and you're acting out all the characters in the book.
Sort of, but are you kidding me? She likes to do that whole bit too.
Oh, I do that.
I'll ring her sometimes on the phone if you know, when she's in the States and I'm over here, and I'll ring and I'll say, right, we've got to figure this out. What's going on? She said, well, hold on a minute. And she'll start having a conversation with 3 people. I'm like, what are you doing? She said, I'm just talking to them. They're answering the question.
When my kids were little, I could hear them downstairs, and my husband would say, "Don't bother your mom. She's talking to her imaginary people." So sometimes, if I didn't want to do anything, I would just start mumbling upstairs, and they'd leave me alone.
I'm not really a sci-fi fan, and I've never seen Torchwood, so could you pick up this book and you'd know? I'm sorry.
Yes, you could.
I've never seen Doctor Who, I've never seen Torchwood.
Where have you been? No, absolutely. We've done this specifically in the first chapter, that if you know nothing about Captain Jack Harkness, if you know nothing about Torchwood, or even the world of Doctor Who, you can pick this up, and in the first chapter you will understand who he is and what he's about and where he's from. So yes, you can.
So
and
it's
I expect next time I
independent,
see you
sense,
in a shop in Tottenham Court Road, I'm going to quiz you on the book.
Well, I can show you now a little bit of Torchwood. You can get up to speed now. Have a look at this.
That guy.
It's quite dark, isn't it? It's not like Doctor Who.
No.
actually.
Well, Captain Jack came from Doctor Who.
Yes,
He is a darker character.
I remember Captain Jack.
He's
Are you
troubled.
a goodie or a baddie?
I am a goodie, but
You're
he
a
does
goodie.
bad things to achieve the good, and that's.
But the one thing we did do in this book, I think, we really brought back sort of the Jack with the sense of humor, and the sexy Jack, and the Jack who
The swagger.
He's got the swagger, and he's a little roguish and all of that. And for me, the hardest part about writing that was when we were writing some of sort of the sexy scenes. And
What do you mean the sexy scenes? The sex scenes.
And it would be like, ew. Those are hard to write.
Is this going into a film or a telly or
Well, we don't know. I mean, we've
that's
written the
what
book.
you'd
Do you know anyone?
I would love for it to be, you know, put on television or go on film. For our children's book, Hollow Earth, we have sold the rights already for television.
Really?
Yeah. So, and it's my production company, Barrowman Barker, along with another company that will then hopefully make it for television. So you never know.
Nothing at all to do with Torchwood.
Nothing at all to do with Torchwood. Completely different story. So I'll shut up about that.
Sci-fi?
No,
Can
fantasy.
I quickly ask
Fantasy.
you, you're playing a baddie in a big American film at the moment.
No, American TV series.
American
yeah.
TV
I
series.
fly off on Saturday to
Yeah.
Vancouver. I'm filming a TV show called Arrow, which is based on the Green Arrow
Yeah.
DC comic books, and I play an actual really bad guy in that. And that came out of the blue. I was on vacation with Scott at our house in Palm Springs, and I got a phone call, and they said, "Would you like to be our bad guy in this series?" And I said, "Absolutely."
You're
So-
great for a bad guy because you've got those eyes.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Naughty eyes.
Yeah, really bad eyes.
You were in Desperate Housewives as well.
I was in Desperate Housewives, and I played a bad guy in there, and I really enjoyed that. But I got blown up. That was the thing.
An eco-terrorist that got blown up in an economy car.
Yeah, an eco-terrorist who got blown up in an eco car. It was a good role to play. It was quite fun. Good fun.
Well, thank you both so much for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Thank you.
Torchwood Exodus Code on sale, and thank you very much,
You're
Carole
welcome.
and John Barrowman.
Thank you.
Still to come, West End Girls and East Van Outen. We will see you in